Now we will be doing the Gaussian elimination method using Excel. So for this tutorial, we will be using our previous example, the same equation, and we will just try to solve it using our Excel spreadsheet. So from our previous example, the first step in Gaussian elimination method is to set the first diagonal element to 1. That means we are going to make this first element in the diagonal to be equal to 1, and in order to make that, our formula will be equal to the new R1 will be equal to R1 divided by the element in the first row, first column. So we will be applying this formula to all the elements in this row. So for the first element, that will be equal to the element in the first row divided by the element in the first row and the first column. If you will notice, it is A4 divided by the A4. But take note that the element in the first row, first column is fixed or is constant in the formula throughout the application in the entire row. So we have to make, or we have to put a $sign in order to make it as a fixed value. And then we press enter, and then it becomes 1. And again, since we have to apply it in the entire row, just click and drag your cursor. And then we will just copy all the elements below. So that's it for our first step. The second step is to zero the lower elements in column A. So we have here, we have to copy the first column. We can have it centered. Yeah, there it goes. And in order for these elements to be zeroed, we have to apply the formulas as indicated in the previous example. For the new values of R2, it will be equal to R2 is equal to, new R2 will be equal to R2 minus the element in the second row, first column, times the value of row 1. So if we will apply this formula here, in order to make this 0, it will be equal to R2. What is the value of R2? It is that 1 minus that is element in the second row, first column, that is this one, times the value of R1. But take note that the element E21 is constant throughout the, we will apply that throughout the entire row, so we need to put a $sign here, $sign here, and a $sign here. Then, so since it is a product, don't forget the ampersand, and we press enter. And then all we have to do is drag the formula for the entire row. Next, how about the values for the third row R3. The new values for R3 is equal to R3 minus E31 times R1. So take note of the pattern. If you will see, R21 is R2, 2, 1, 1. R3 is R3, 3, 1, 1. So it is this just a pattern if you cannot memorize the formula, or you will forget the formula for some time. Then we will apply this formula to the equation above. It is equal to R3 minus, again, the element in the third row, first column. And again, since we are, this element here is fixed, don't forget to write the $sign. Then times the element in row 1. So that is the element in row 1. Then we press enter, and then we simply drag the formula horizontally. Then we will do the same for R4, that is equal to R4 minus the element in row 4, column 1, multiplied by the element in row 1. So that will give us equal to the element in row 4, column 1, minus itself, but don't forget the $sign, because this element will be fixed or constant throughout the entire row. And we have here the column 1. Oh, I forgot to write the multiplication. So it is 0, and you drag the formula. So I will just align it to the right so that I don't need to, I will not be bothered later on of having it as centered. So that is how we do this step 2. Our third step is to make the second element or second diagonal element to 1. So we have here set the second diagonal element to 1. We are pertaining here to this element. So first, we just need to copy the first row. But for the second row, we are to set this 2. We will make this into 1, because here the elements here are 0, and our target is to make the diagonal elements into 1. So our last equation here is this one. So we have to make this element into 1, and in order to make that into 1, our new R2 will be equal to R2 divided by the element in the, if you will note, this 2 is on the second row, second column, so it is E22. So we will apply the formula. So this is equal to row 2 divided by the element in the second row, second column. So take note that I am pointing here because this is the element in the second row, second column. And don't forget, since it is constant throughout the entire row, we will put a $sign here. And all you need to do is to drag the equation. Then we are done with step 3. And all you have to do is to copy or you can just simply copy all the elements. Our step 4 is to zero the lower elements in column B. That is, we need to make the elements below this one we are referring to these elements into 0. So before we do that, we just copy the first two rows. Just copy. Now, again, we have to make this one 0. This is already 0. This is already 0. We have to make this one into 0. And our formula to make that one as 0 is the new R3, because the element belongs to row 3, is equal to R3 minus element in the second row, because this is the second row, second column, so that third row, second column times R2. So again, take note of the just a hint, since this is E32, this one is E, and the last one here is 2. So we will apply this formula. Our new R3 is equal to R3 minus E32 times R2, that is equal to, although we can have it here, equals to R3, that is R3 here, minus the element in third row, second column, that is here. So again, take note that this is fixed, so we have to put a $sign here, a $sign here, then we will multiply it by the element in the second row, or the row directly above the element. So that is 0. And you simply have to drag the formula. And here, the new R4 will be equal to R4 minus the element in row 4 second column, because this row 4 second column. This one, we are to make this one as 0. So that will be row 4 minus elements in row 4 times the value in R2. Take note of the formula: 4, 2, 4, 2. 4, 2 here, 4, 2. So this is equal to the element in row 4 minus the element in row 4 column 2. So this is the element in row 4 column 2. So we have to put a dollar sign here, a dollar sign here. Then we will multiply it by the elements in row 2. So that's it. We have to multiply it by the elements in row 2. B20, where is row 2? No, not there. Elements in row 2. I forgot this is the element in the row 2. Then we will have to drag it that way. So we have now zeroed the elements in this first 2 columns. Our step number 5 is to set the third diagonal element to 1. So we just copy these first two rows. And how do we make this third diagonal element into 1? We have 2 divided by 3. So the new value of R3 will be equal to R3 divided by the element in third row, third column. So we will apply it to the formula. R3 is equal to R3 divided by the element in the third row, third column. But again, since this is fixed, dollar sign here, dollar sign here, in order to make that fixed row, fixed column. And then we will just have to drag the formula, and then we copy the fourth row. Our sixth step is to zero in the elements below our third diagonal element. However, in this case, fortunately, it is already 0, so we may skip step 6 and instead proceed to step 7. So we'll just write the step here: 0 the element below the third diagonal element. So since it is already 0, we will proceed with step number 7, which is to set the fourth diagonal element to 1. And in order to do that, our new value for row 4 will be equal to row 4 divided by the element in the fourth row, fourth column. So we will copy the first 3 rows. Sorry, could not do that. Instead, we have that one. Just drag it. Equals. And then we will apply the formula for the fourth row, fourth column. It is equal to R4 divided by the element in the fourth row, fourth column. Again, we need to put a dollar sign here and a dollar sign here. And we just need to drag the formula. So that's it. We now have to solve for the values or the other values of the equation. So take note that this is for the constant A, constant B, or for the unknown B, unknown C. This is for the unknown D. So from the equation, we have already D is equal to minus 4. Or the value of D is equal to minus 4. So from this equation, we can get the value of C. So looking at this equation, we have what is the equation for C? C plus 0.571429 D is equal to, constant is 3.714286. Therefore, C is equal to we will transpose this one here, so that is this minus times D. So therefore C equals 6. And you could do the same for B and A. So here I just wanted to show you the back substitution. You can do it manually either. I just wanted to show you here the process on how to obtain the upper triangular elements or upper diagonal elements as needed in the Gaussian elimination or in the Gaussian reduction method. So I hope this is helpful for your succeeding activity.